All right, so I want to go ahead and get some opinions. All right, now this scenario. All right, a lot of people end up going ahead with the perspective of if someone's the asshole or not, or if everyone sucks here. That whole situation, right? So this right here is the hypothetical scenario that is apparently supposed to go ahead and, when it comes down to decision making, all right, in a ad litem manner, all right, what is considered okay and not okay. Now, keep in mind, the courts would end up going ahead and, obviously using discretion on a case by case basis, right? So, one individual is trying to start a public smear campaign, all right, because another individual ends up going ahead and wanting to bring their shared child, all right, to a funeral out of state, all right, and ultimately, wanted to try to be sneaky about it, wanted to hide that away from the courts, despite the factor of a condition that says no out of state travel without full discretion with the court appointed supervisor, guardian ad litem, you know, the individuals appointed by the court to have to be kept in the loop. All right? So now, it would make it much easier if one individual, you know, was willing to go ahead and go along with them to the funeral. But the other individual clarified, no, it does not matter what the circumstances, it does not matter who they are, it does not matter how close we were, if we were related or if we weren't related. I don't go to weddings and I don't go to funerals. I don't go to weddings because of the factor that I've got some personal trauma from some past circumstances that ultimately it's taken me a long time to go ahead and work through, with the help of a grief counselor. And when it comes down to funerals, I refuse to go ahead and attend because of some issues that I have spent years working through with a grief counselor. All right? The amount of grief counseling with a mental health professional ultimately ended up going ahead and teaching me how to be able to establish a healthy boundary. And I will not go ahead and, bend to your attempted coercion, and ultimately I am establishing a boundary that if you attempt to manipulate that, understand, I am part of the decision making process, all right? If you go to said funeral, okay, you individually are allowed to. If you want to go with our shared child, then understand you have some conditions in place. Those conditions are you have to keep the court appointed monitor fully aware of where your location is, what you are doing. Do not partake in any mind or mood altering substances. When you get back, I want you to go ahead and adhere to a drug screening, to be handed to the court. All right. To go ahead and establish, yes, I have maintained my sobriety. All right. To also know for a factor that there has not been the engaging of any mind or mood altering substances around any impressionable children, you know, at their formative development years. All right. Not unreasonable to ask in the least. All right. And clarifying the factor too. Hey, I'm not stopping you from going. I'm not stopping you from even bringing our shared child. All right. I'm telling you that I am not going because I am not going to undo the year's worth of work that I've done in therapy. All right. And you may think that it's because of religious differences, because that person was religious, and I am skeptical. All right? Not atheist. Atheist is, I do not believe in any form of deity. Agnostic is, I'm open minded. I just want evidence. I want solid evidence that could not be tampered with or manufactured, through any type of alteration or fabrication of any, you know, specific pieces of evidence, and, not using any form of doctrine that would go ahead and rely on somebody's firsthand accounting that is no longer alive to go ahead and give a personal testimony to what they ended up viewing as a eyewitness. Two totally different belief systems. All right? Atheist is screw your religion. Agnostic is tell me why I should believe that your religion is superior to any other religion that claims to be a religion, you know? And if you're able to go ahead and show me that proof, then I might just be willing to be open minded to being religious. Not in any which way convoluted, not in any which way evil. It's literally a religion, the closest to a religious as somebody can get. You know, just like with somebody being apolitical, it would be the closest to somebody being as politically biased as possible, not wanting to have any type of perspective or input, despite the speculated viewpoint and perspective that you could end up going ahead and forming your own conclusion about from an individual's personal takes on current events as well as specific kitchen table topics.